Hey! Yes! Yes! What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome to Laz Vic Live. It is live. Yes, sir. Let us know how we sound. Let us know how we look. It is a brand new season for Laz Vic Live, Season 2. Yes, sir. Welcome to the show. I just want to give people a chance to come on in. I see Anthony, I see Claudwick, I see my mom. Move this. Put this down here. What's going on, guys? Say hi in the chat. What's going on? How are you? Anthony Pernett, you are my audio engineer. Please let me know if I sound too loud, too low. How do I look? How's the sound? Welcome to Laz Vic Live. I'm so excited to have you guys here tonight on a Wednesday night. It's been a while since I've done a Laz Vic Live show. It's been a couple of months. Thank you so much, Anthony. Anthony always coming through for me. Mom, hello, Mom. Nice to see you tonight. Welcome, come on in. We're all hanging out tonight. It's comedy night here on Laz Vic Live. Thank you so much, Claudwick, Unstable Gamer Claudwick. Big shout out to the Unstable Gamers. So tonight we are talking about the state of comedy in 2021, and I also have a very special guest joining me tonight for the show, fellow comedian Sharon Simon. I'm just bringing her up in 1 second. I just want to say hi to everyone. Hey, Shirley, what's going on? As you see my little tip jar there. If anybody that likes and follows gets a little chip that falls right under Chaplin, under there. Let me know what you think of the new Laz Vic Live set. It's a brand new season. And we're going to have a wonderful comedy conversation. I'm excited, by the way, that comedy is coming back, and I'm answering the question right now. Comedy is coming back! So, are you guys ready for my co-host for this evening? Jump on in. Let me know you're here. Here we go.
Hi, Laz.
Sharon Simon. Welcome
Thank
to
you so much for having me on.
the show. Thank you so much for being on, Sharon. What's going on?
Just when you were saying, like, it's clear comedy is coming back, I was getting so excited because it's been such a long year without clubs. And I can't wait to get back into them.
Sure. I feel like for a comedian, it's like they took air away from us, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they didn't allow us to do what we need to do to make a living or
wow, the chat looks
get
really
angry
horrible.
at anybody. We didn't have any outlet.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix the chat, guys. Wow, the chat looked monstrositous. Look at the chat, Sharon. It's crazy. I'll try to fix that on the fly, you guys. So welcome, Sharon Simon, to the show. I just want to introduce everyone to you. Let us know a little bit about yourself, Sharon. Tell us.
So I'm a comedian. I've been at it for 20 years. I'm really excited that when things are opening up, I have my own show every Wednesday night at Greenwich Village Comedy Club, 7:30 show.
That's right.
I have a show at Club Flamingo in Hackensack. It's a stripper bar, and there are strippers there and comics.
Nice.
You'll be there this week, which I'm really, really excited about. I also have an online dating show called The Mating Game.
The Mating Game, that's right.
Yeah, I have a show coming out that I'm so excited about called The Primetime Directive, all about Star Trek. It's gonna be.
I love Star Trek.
Yeah.
So do you love the original series the most? What's your favorite?
The Next Generation.
The Next Generation. Did you see
Yeah.
the one with Scott Bakula?
It's terrible, but I'm supposed to acknowledge it. I'm supposed to watch it as a fan, and I keep trying,
Yeah.
and I just can't. I can't.
Well, I can't either, man. I love Scott Bakula. One of my favorite series is Quantum Leap.
Well, I think the guy with Ziggy, I can't remember the character's name, but I think he's actually on
Dean Stockwell.
Enterprise. Yeah.
Damn, I'm a nerd.
They do something like that. Very silly, I think.
Anthony says Enterprise. Claudwick says laugh out loud strippers and comics gold.
Yeah.
It's a good combination,
please
strippers and comics. Come out to Flamingos in Hackensack on Saturdays.
Ladies should come too, because it's the kind of strip club that actually makes women feel good about their looks. You understand what I'm talking about? You will feel good about it. You'll be like, I'm skinny.
I was there a couple of Saturdays ago, and it was really cold, and the strippers were out there with their asses hanging out. I commend those strippers. Those were from frozen asses, but they were out there.
Yeah,
Hi, Mom.
They come out with masks on and no clothes. It's basically what you do.
Welcome, my mom, to the show. Tammy, what's going on? Yes, Tammy says, I'll come with Mike. You better come out. Come on out. Guys, any comedy fans out there, let us know, when was the last time you went to a live comedy venue? I myself, the last gig I did was March 12th, I believe, with Sean Latham. Shout out to Sean Latham, $20 chef, at the Yonkers Comedy Club, almost 1 year ago, a little over a year ago. And that was the last time I did stand-up comedy inside a comedy club. How about you, Sharon? Do you remember?
So I've been lucky to get to perform at Scotty's fairly regularly through the pandemic. They've had limited capacity, so it's not quite the same, but I have been performing throughout. Between that and Club Flamingo and Lenore's and some other types of shows, I have this giant outdoor speaker, so I can kind of perform anywhere. I haven't had that kind of break.
So you improvise. You got your own speaker.
Yeah.
All right, that's
I have
awesome.
a giant speaker that needs no power source.
And you lug it around. It needs no power. You just crank it?
No, I plug it in and it charges, but I've
That's
been
awesome.
active throughout. So like if you're healthy and you were able to, there were ways to perform throughout the pandemic. Not the same as being in a New York comedy club, which I cannot wait.
Yeah. I can't wait either. So it's been over a year, and many clubs have closed across the country, unfortunately. Joseph Losner joins us, comedy producer Joseph Losner in the house. He says, what's up, guys? Did you forget about the Reds champ? No, tell us, Joseph. Tell us the whole story. The last show I did was for Joseph, but that was outside, Joe. We were talking about inside shows. So
I got
thanks.
married at Reds.
You got married at Reds?
Yes.
Tell us this story.
I got married there. I needed a venue. Rich was friends with the guy who owned it. He gave us an awesome deal. He let us do whatever we wanted with the room. They were amazing. My wedding was beautiful.
Nice.
It didn't look like the Reds you're used to because it was done up like an enchanted forest.
Ah, Reds is awesome. Reds is a great place.
Yeah.
So they did a show right in the middle of the pandemic for everybody outside safely, and it was a huge hit. Joseph Losner produced it. Shout out to Joseph. And I retained the comedy championship belt. There's Joseph. There's Anthony already. October 17th at Reds. That was another show. Vic DiBattista was at that show. I think that was sold out as well. Anthony Rodia also was in that a show at Reds. So lots of shows went on there. Big high-profile shows. So big shout-out to comedy producers like Joseph Losner, who came through right in the middle of the pandemic to give us that heroin shot of comedy. And it worked. And it gave us, hope, because for us, we were stuck indoors, and we started doing things like starting online streams that we shouldn't start. Joseph Losner liking the stream. Thank you, my man. We have a nice chill atmosphere. I don't know, Shara, if you can hear that music. We have very chill.
I can't. I see SpongeBob dancing though.
SpongeBob is dancing. So
I feel like if SpongeBob's happy, everybody's happy.
Yeah, exactly. So unfortunately, lots of comedy clubs closed. Dangerfields, remember Dangerfields?
Yeah.
Have
That
you ever
one
performed
hit
there?
hard. That one hit hard because I actually went there as a teenager, and then I got to perform there, and everything was exactly the same.
Yeah.
From when I was a teenager.
Oh, that
to when
place
I performed.
hadn't changed for...
Nothing.
Yeah.
Well, it was the same wait staff. Everything was exactly the same.
It was
So
the
it's almost
same
like a time capsule.
Rodney doll with dust and spiders. Yeah. Then the Creek and the Cave closed.
Yeah.
Another great venue. The Pit. Oh my God, the Pit closed.
Yeah.
My friend Matt ran a show there. Old Graybeard, thank you so much for liking the stream. What else? Austin's Cap City Comedy Club in Austin, Texas. Chicago Club, I.O., the Comedy Loft in Lincoln, Nebraska. All these places closed in 2020, guys, because of the pandemic. And so they're gone. There's less places to see comedy. Rick, what's going on? Rick sharing the stream. What's going on, my man? So all these places close, and people don't realize now that we're coming out of this, there's going to be that much less comedy, places to do comedy. So hopefully places start opening up again and coming back. A lot of places are reopening, including the New York Comedy Club and Broadway Comedy Club. Also, big shout out to the Ha Ha Comedy Club in Los Angeles in West Hollywood. They're opening April. Big shout out to Jack Jr., Terry. They're opening in April. So if you're in the West Coast, check out. And the rest of the clubs should be opening as well. But yeah, lots of chaos this year, Cher.
Yeah.
Let's check out some news.
Really lucky that Greenwich stayed open and that we're going to be able to be there. And they're taking all precautions. Everybody's going to have their temperature checked. Everybody who doesn't purchase a ticket online has to sign in so they can be traced. And there's like pods for the audience so that everybody's separated.
Also, they have pods for the audience. It's amazing.
Yep.
You get your own pod, guys. Be careful what you do in your pod. Let's go to the newsroom, Sharon, see if this works for me. Let's pray. All right, here we are in the newsroom, guys. Let's bring it up. There it is. Laughter returning to Hudson Valley. March 18, 2021. Town of Poughkeepsie. Is that how you say it? Poughkeepsie. Laughter and comedy returning to the Hudson Valley. And there's a pic of Dan McRitchie. What do you think, Sharon?
It's a great club. Have you ever played there?
Have I think once, maybe?
Yeah.
A couple of years ago. And what's coming up?
They were going to have me back, and then there was a pandemic.
Oh, really? Shit.
Yeah. I'm sure you had tons of gigs canceled. Things just got... It was just another thing canceled.
Yeah.
Another thing canceled.
Yeah. Remember that? That was like chaos. All the gigs started getting canceled one after the other during that time. So we have Laughter returning to the Hudson Valley. It's coming back, guys, slowly. That's the answer to the show. It's coming back. Don't be afraid. Isn't it funny, Cher, how comedy clubs are the last thing to open? I'm biased, of course.
At times it felt like an assault on us. Like, why were escape rooms open and movie theaters were open, but comedy clubs weren't? I would think an escape room would be more dangerous.
Right? Especially if you can't escape.
Yeah.
All right, let's
New
see
York is one big escape room now.
And then a lot of my comedy friends would perform outside at venues in back of trucks. Joe rented a freaking truck. That was our stage. And we just stood on it. COVID didn't kill comedy. It drove it underground. So here's an article about how comics started performing in drive-in movie theaters and in backyards and in back of stripper clubs and wherever we could. And people would actually come out because they desperately needed laughter, and they'd come out. And so shout out to all those comics that through the pandemic did their thing. Chat says, that's resourceful. Sharon, I want a clear pod to get freaky with my mans, Tammy says.
They are clear. Of course they're clear.
Mara says, I need a pod. Everybody wants a pod now.
Yeah, I want to travel with like a backpack pod. I could just put out and take a nap wherever I go.
So there you go, guys. Let's see what else we got here. DC, Washington's coming back as well. In 2020, DC comedians explored comedy's final frontier, the outdoors. So it happened everywhere. It was a phenomenon, as you call it.
Did you do any car shows where people would honk or blink their lights?
No, I didn't. I wasn't lucky enough to do it. Did you do one?
It's hilarious. You're like, anyone here from New Jersey? Honk, honk.
How did it feel? Was it hard? Did you have to change up your pace?
No, you felt big. It felt big.
Yeah.
You know, like they're like if you've ever performed in an amphitheater or something, they just felt far away. But
yeah,
it was great. It's one of my favorite shows I did through this whole experience was outside of a haunted mansion for parking lot in front of a haunted mansion.
Nice. Clawwick says, hell yeah, New Jersey in the house. Clawwick's from North Bergen as well, Shara.
Oh, awesome. Hi.
Everybody's from North Bergen here. All right.
Yeah, meeting all these people from North Bergen. I had no idea we're from North Bergen.
After a year of virtual shows, Boston comedians excited for a limited audience. I guess that's the Boston audience right there.
That's it. Just those
so,
people.
How many virtual shows did you do, Shara?
A lot. Virtual comedy is totally different. I think it's any comic who gets onto a virtual comedy show and is trying to do the set that they would do in a club. I don't.
Right.
I don't know that they're using the media. The media lends itself to longer jokes, to more intimate jokes because it's more like a conversation.
Yeah.
I just did one with you this past week. We had an absolute blast.
Wendy, thank you so much for liking the stream. Appreciate that. So yeah, it was weird. I did about a dozen virtual shows in 2020. I did one for it was a college. There was a couple of theater companies I did, a couple of comedy clubs. And yeah, I had to kind of change everything up. I had to, first of all, I can't stand in this room. And I tried standing and doing a set and I have a microphone. And I have to like kind of be on my knees. So I would do 20 minutes half bent, but it would look like I was standing online. But I would be, so by the end of the show, I would have the most terrible cramps. I can't wait to just...
I tried to do it with the microphone and found that I couldn't.
You couldn't?
I don't use the microphone when I do virtual comedy.
So what do you do?
I just talk.
Let's just talk. All right.
I felt silly holding a mic. It didn't work for me.
Laz, love your eyes from Miami. Show them. I want to see your face. Is that good? Do you like that? So let us know in the chat. Did you see a virtual show online? If so, did you like it? If so, would you watch a virtual show if you had the option of going out or staying home? Especially now it's a rainy night tonight. Would you stay home? Or would you rather watch a virtual show for the same price, $10? Tammy says hooker's knees. I have no idea what that means. Laz, bet you knew how I hooked knees felt. What? This is becoming is it because of the music, guys? It's becoming sexual? Nancy says Nyack. Nyack's another great club I need to get into. Who can I call in Nyack? I want to get on there. All right, let's see what else we got here. Comics and healthcare share. Comedy Club teams up with Urgent Care to provide free healthcare visits.
State of New York, I think, is the one who did that.
She looks familiar. Who is she? We know who that is.
I don't know. I can't
Ashley
place her with
Austin
fans.
Morris, a comedian and actress, one of thousands of. So that's cool. A comedy club or comedy clubs are teaming up with comics. People don't realize that professional comedians or even part-time comedians is a huge part of their income. And so that was taken away. And a lot of us do not have health care. So shout out to these comedy clubs that are at least trying. They are also trying to survive themselves, paying the bills. So I don't know if you have health care, Sharon.
I do through my husband. So I'm lucky.
you're smart.
I know I'm really lucky. Yeah. But
If
before
you're-
we were married, I worked a full-time job to make sure I had health care. I have to have health care.
If your husband is looking for a sister wife, I'm available. I don't know if the health care would cover a sister wife. I don't know if that's...
But it's important. I mean, it's one of the most important things you could have. Is that the West Side Rag? I love that.
The West Side Rag theaters and comedy clubs get reopening date. Local comedy clubs raring to go. The state set April 2nd as the date New York to reopen with capacity rules. What do you think of the capacity rules, Sharon? Good idea, bad idea?
Well, I think it has to be in place. I'm in the middle of my vaccination, and I know equal number of people who are getting vaccinated, and I know anti-vaxxers. So a friend
You
of
know
mine just-
anti-vax. Jay Frank joins us. What's going on, Jay? So you know anti-vaxxers and
Yeah,
you...
I was online to get my vaccine, and I was getting messages from someone who I genuinely like saying, "Don't." She didn't even know I was there, but she was sending me messages like, "Don't get the vaccine. They're gonna kill you. They're gonna put a chip in you. It's all a conspiracy." And she sent me these videos, so I like my friends, so I watched the videos, and honestly, there was like a guy who was like, "Climate change isn't real," and he goes to vaccine places with a Star of David on his arm, like he's thinking vaccine is like the Holocaust, like insanity. So it actually made me feel better about getting the vaccine.
So what'd you get, one shot or two shot?
I'm on the first shot. That's why I said I'm in the middle.
You're right in the middle of it.
Because of that, the limited capacity, I think, is necessary, because not everybody that's there is going to be vaccinated.
Yeah.
And you don't want them getting COVID at the comedy club. That's going to close us back down.
Now, are you bringing your own microphone to the comedy club, or?
No, I've been doing shows throughout the pandemic. So I've found that just by holding the microphone like this and keeping your hand over it, you can avoid your lip touching the microphone.
So like that?
Yeah, a little bit back.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Wait,
but that's how I...
Because you know when I do comedy, Sharon, I tend to do this. It's a bad habit. I put my chin on the... And I talk.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't do that, I'll see my lipstick on the mic. So I know I have to do that. Just
ladies and gentlemen.
Covering it.
Yeah, so I have to bring my own mic because even if I try to, I will still eat the microphone. It's a bad habit, Cher.
I know.
First of all, to properly hold a microphone as a professional comedian, Cher, you tell me. You're supposed to hold it maybe, what, couple inches and down, right here, right? And then you speak.
Tilt it up technically.
You speak
slightly.
into it like that, or like, do you do like that?
Like that, I
like
think.
that,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right. It's like a salute.
But all
it's like
bets are off right now. People are spraying microphones with alcohol. You're gonna burn the system. But
yeah, and then I'm gonna get shocked at a comedy club. Real nice, guys. All right. Moving right along. So, guys, remember, comedy clubs are opening up in April. So be sure to check out your local listings. Comic Strip. Have you heard of this? Comic Strip Live, famed Upper East Side Comic Club is up for lease. Crazy.
I want to do a GoFundMe and try to lease.
I wanted to pool all the comedians' money and buy it. That would be a total disaster. It would never work, and all the comedians would fight for spots.
You can't even split dinner with a comedian without there being drama.
Not at all. Can you imagine? Remember when comedians tried to start a union?
Uh-huh. Yep.
That worked out really well.
Yeah, that was a minute. Pat Alexandra.
We deserve it, though. We need a comedy union.
I mean, do we?
Do we?
Do we really? I'd like to start a union just with my favorite people to work with that work hard and are good comedians and deserve the union. But then you'd have to also let in the people who dicked you over through the years. Like,
yeah, you definitely. And then it's like you got to play favorites and stuff.
And no matter what, somebody's going to work for free anyway.
Right? People are always asking me to work for free, Cher. Comedians, if you're watching this, sound off in the chat. Let us know your worst comedy experience. Audience members, sound off. Let us know your best comedy experience. Who's your favorite comic? Who do you like right now? Hopefully, have you seen comedy specials? I haven't seen many. I don't even think they stopped filming all. You have?
No, yeah. At one point through the pandemic, I went through a series of just, I'm going to watch what Netflix is telling me to watch as far as comedy specials and see who I think is great and who I think is overblown.
So did you hear about that whole...
analyze where I fit in and all there.
Did you hear about that whole Bill Burr controversy?
People were mad at some of his jokes.
Yeah, of course, like always. I don't even know what show it was. Grammys? Was it Grammy? I didn't even watch the Grammys. What is a Grammy?
I think it's remarkable that people are upset about jokes. Like, there is so many horrible things going on right now. Why are you mad at a joke? You didn't like it.
Sure, that's a good point.
You laugh.
What do you think about this whole cancel culture thing as a comedian?
So there's a couple of things. Some of the things that they're saying are canceled aren't actually canceled. Like, Dr. Seuss, the books that they found offensive, they're just not printing them anymore. They've decided as a company they don't want to print them anymore. So it's kind of like Bill Cosby made Fat Albert, and then he was producing Fat Albert, and he was like, you know what? This is racist. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And people were more mad at him at that time than the fact that he was drugging and raping. Because they were so mad that Fat Albert wouldn't be on the air anymore. So there's that part, and then there's the. So I just as a woman who grew up in an era where if you didn't accept a certain amount of sexual harassment in the workplace, you were a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm annoyed at what people are making a big deal out of. I'm going to say this. People are going to get mad at me, but I'm going to say this.
Go ahead.
What I've heard Como did to some of those women is less than we dealt with in high school with our teachers on a very regular basis.
That's a
I'm
good
just
point.
kind of like,
yeah. So this is nothing compared to those experiences, and yeah, the whole Cuomo thing. It's very crazy.
We had a teacher, our science teacher, pulled out a full body photo of Dolly Parton and compared her to the girls in the class, and no one complained.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And no one said anything because back then I remember I had a roommate, and I was just telling my friend the other day, I had a roommate in college that the first day I walked in, he had a Confederate flag hanging in the hallway, which I'm fine with. Just put it in your room, though. I didn't want it in the hallway. But
there was a Confederate flag on an episode of The Golden Girls I saw the other day.
I remember that. But you know what? I don't want them to edit that out either. You know what I mean? Like, leave it in. I think everybody's freaking out. Everybody's freaking out for no reason.
Because they don't freak out about what they should be freaking out about.
The whole Pepe Le Pew thing's insane. It's insane. He's literally a skunk, Sharon.
Mm-hmm. And my husband actually talked with me about this the other day, that he's not thought of as a good guy. He's not.
No.
He's not the hero.
He's an imbecile.
The hero.
Why would you want to be a skunk?
They're cute.
Did you see the rant Vic DiBitetto did on this? Please check that out. It was hilarious. And we need comedians like that to remind us how ridiculous the world has become. Of course, the pendulum swings in extremes, and we are at one extreme. So remember, at least me as a comedian, if the pendulum swings left, I will swing right. If you go right, I will swing left. It's my duty. Let's see the chat here. Favorite, Robin Williams. Anthony, I love Robin Williams. George Carlin, also a legend. Bill is the man. I don't know which Bill you're referring to, Joe. Jay's afraid to get canceled. Jay, why are you afraid to get canceled? What did he do? We would like to know. Please share it. Claudwick says, really didn't know it was that bad for girls. Sorry. Claudwick is sorry. He's married to a girl, I believe. Should check in with her. And Anthony is ranting about the wokers. That's great. Joseph says, Burr. So Bieber, you love Bieber. All right. You're a believer. That's great, Joseph. So now we're entering the last half of our show. We're pretty much there. It's already flown. Jay Frank says offensive jokes. I don't know about you, Sharon, but my advice, not that Jay needs advice, but my advice to any comedians out there is just do whatever the hell you want to do. You can't worry about that because it's impossible to write a joke as it is. So just do what you're going to do and let the chips fall where they may.
If it's funny, it's not offensive. If it's not funny, it's offensive. Even if there's nothing offensive about the joke.
At the same time, I've written jokes.
If it's not funny, it's offensive.
Yeah,
no one.
Funny is funny. That's the point. Funny is funny. And it takes years to master that. So, you have to give comics a chance, especially when they're not on television, on stage, to make mistakes. Because I myself have said some shit on stage that I regret.
So have I.
So, but you have to give us, as part of the process, you have to give us a chance to express that. And I think you have to see people as the whole person, right? So, three-dimensional. Just my opinion. What do I know?
I think reminding people that what we're here to do is tell jokes and make people laugh, not offend or upset.
That's
people.
It. We're just here to make people laugh.
Just even if you go to a concert, you might not like every song.
Thank you. That's a great point. Joseph says Joey Coco Diaz.
Cancel.
I love Joey. Big shout out to Joey. He moved back to Jersey.
Oh, nice.
Joe, got to get him on a show. Okay, so now let's move on to this part of our show where we, together, Share, we're going to feature a comedian of the month. Let me get this ready here, Share. So, as you know, you and I are friends with many comedians, and I am a big fan of comedians. And on the show here, Laz Vic Live, we are going to promote a comedian every month when I decide to do a show. And this month, we are going to promote a very good, dear friend of mine. Let's bring this up. Tonight, we celebrate.
Hi, this is comedian Barry Ribs. I love Laz Vic show.
Yay, Barry Ribs.
Be on
Barry Ribs.
This April 21st. But in the meantime, I have to tell you about something really special. June 6th, 7 p.m., Stress Factory Comedy Club, New Brunswick, New Jersey. I'm taping my first special. Soon the tickets will be for sale. See you then. Bye-bye.
Tonight, we feature Mr. Barry Ribs. Just hide that. There's Barry right there. Barry will be shooting his first comedy special at the Stress Factory on June 6th, 2021. So check out the legendary Barry Ribs at the Stress Factory. Go to his Facebook page. Tell him Laz and Sharon sent you and say hello.
If I don't have to work that night, I will be there.
I will also try to make it June 6th. That's going to be quite the show. Barry is hilarious. And you want to check him out. Here's a short vid that Sharon actually produced. There's a little clip of it. Let's check it out.
This is Sharon Simon with News Channel X. Coronavirus cases are surging. New Yorkers are waiting for the vaccine as we learn of a terrifying new mutation. What can New Yorkers do? Well, we may have found an answer.
When you get smashed by Barry ribs, you have the antibodies for 5 fucking lifetimes. Fauci and his crew would shut me down if they saw us on this corner. Barry Ribs, Ejaculante Deluxe. Find it on any infomercial before they take us down.
With coronavirus cases surging and the vaccine still on the horizon, is Ejaculante the answer New Yorkers have been looking for? We're not sure, but we do know it tastes salty. I'm Sharon Simon with News.
That was amazing, Sharon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Check out Sharon Simon on her TikTok channel. You can see that and more. Ejaculante.
Thank you.
Let's see. The chat saying Jim from Taxi.
Yeah.
My mom is saying hello. Thank you, Mom.
I'm always worried
Barry,
about
I thought
your
you were
mom.
going to bring out Prince with that music. Betsy's laughing. Glodwig's laughing. There you go. So check out Barry Ribs, our Comedian of the Month. Sharon, it's been such a pleasure to have you on the new season of Laz Vic Live. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me on. It was an honor. I had a
This was
blast.
fun. We ranted. We learned a lot about comedy, comedians, and we hope to see you on the stage. Sharon, do you want to plug anything?
Please come to Greenwich Village every Wednesday night, or come to Club Flamingos, the strip club on Hackensack. Watch my dating show, The Mating Game. Watch my new show that's coming out, The Primetime Directive. Please follow all my stuff. I'll follow you back. Simon_says laugh. Simon Says Laugh. Comedy is back. We are back. We're
We
back
are
to laugh.
back.
We are back.
Don't you forget it. Ladies, and hang tight, Sharon. Ladies and gents, this has been a new episode of Laz Vic Live Season 2. I am back with new shows, new guests, new comedy, new sketches. This is going to be a show that's going to be a special. It's going to come to you infrequently, once a month maybe. It's for special occasions. It's for comedy. The next show's going to be crazy. I've already planned it in my head. Things are moving. It's you're not going to believe. Oh my God! So you'll want to join us here on Laz Vic Live. And if you want to be on the show, hit me up. If you're a comic, if you're in the comedy business, if you're an audience member that loves comedy, let me know, because I want to know. Thank you guys so much. Jay Frank says, very nice, congratulations. Joseph says, glad you're back. Good to see both of you. Sharon was amazing, of course. Sharon, talk about the mating game. Yes, check her out on the mating game. Mom says, si adelante. Thank you. I love you. This has been Laz Vic Live. I've been your host, Laz Vic. Stay funny. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.